And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means? It's time for the toy news, action figure news of the week that excited me, that hopefully excites you, and we got a big week of toy news with a lot of different stuff, but of course a little bit of housekeeping this week. Got to give a shout out to Night Demon. They were in town this week, got to hang out with the band. Always fun to see Night Demon. I don't know if I've seen them like 16, 17 times over the years, but always great when they come to town. Always great talking to Jarvis. So shout out to the Night Demon crew. Thank you for all the hospitality for me and my wife, Angie. Check out the video. We did it yesterday. If you're watching this on Saturday, Friday's Toy Hut video. Put a little bit of clips from the show along the way. So once again, shout out to Night Demon. Of course, they did the theme song here. They said they were going to do the theme song for the concert, but they're going to work on it in the future. And it was very cool that they said they were going to do it. However, they just got a brand new drummer. I don't know if you guys know that or not, or how deep in the weeds you are with Night Demon. But I thought it was pretty cool they were going to do that, and they said they're going to do it in the future. So can't wait to see that down the line. And I had a very interesting conversation with Jarvis, the lead singer of the band. He said, Kyle, right when I saw him, he goes, you know how I know you finally made it? And have you really made it? What has made it? I guess that's to each their own. But he goes, he was in like Germany or somewhere. I forget where he said he was at. And he said somebody came up to him and said, man, I love Night Demon. I really found you via Kyle's channel over there, Kyle Peterson, you know. But Kyle Peterson, he's not a real action figure collector. He's a phony. He's not a real collector. He, you know, I guess buys the stuff and I review it and then I sell it all. I mean, that guy hasn't seen my room tours, apparently. But Jarvis thought that was hilarious. He goes, that's how you know you've made it, when you got somebody that really hates on you. And I said, Jarvis, I can show you the comments. There's a lot of hate out there. But thought that was funny. It was a nice interaction with Jarvis and the band. So shout out to Night Demon once again. And of course, Patreon, that's the next step here. This month's giveaway, of course, for Patreon members. Monday Night Wars, Roddy Piper, the Walmart exclusive. Of course, Patreon's the place to be. You get early access to all the videos from both YouTube channels. You get all the Glamour Shot images separately over there if you want to look at those, if you want to study those. You get to be a part of the giveaway if you're part of that tier. Of course, monthly Q&As, dog stuff, pizza reviews, you name it, it's all going down on Patreon. Roddy Piper right over there. Check it out, of course. Link in the description down below. And then, got a transition. It's coming up really quick. A week from today, next Saturday, the 18th, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. It'll be my next Whatnot show. My wife, Angie, will be there. My dad is going to stop by. A lot of you guys saying, what's your dad up to? Was at Ankeny Toy Show. Had many people ask, where's your dad? What's he up to? Well, he's going to come from the beaches. He's going to come. Maybe he'll be looking like Tom Selleck. Who knows? Maybe he'll grow that mustache back. But he is going to stop by, at least for a little bit. He will talk to everybody. Be there on the Whatnot stream for 3 o'clock Central, May 18th. We will have a giveaway. It will be the Hart Foundation LJN Coliseum collection. Have a few other surprises. I'm thinking about throwing in a giveaway item with every single thing purchased. I got a list of stuff. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be a little bit of everything, not just wrestling related. But come in there. We had about 100 people last time. Just a nice hangout, you know, chat back and forth. It's basically like a live stream, live show is what it is. And I'll be selling stuff. And if you hit my link down in the description below, you will get $15 if you sign up to Whatnot via the link. You can buy something on my stream, any stream you want. But it is worth the hangout. And you can see my dad. It could be the last time he's ever on the channel. Maybe you guys and me combined, we can tell him to come back to the channel. This is your guys' chance to help convince him. I've been trying, but maybe you guys can convince him. So check out Whatnot next Saturday. Appreciate all the support on that one as well. Bookmark the show. Remember, there's a giveaway. Get your $15 if you haven't done that already as well. So see you guys next Saturday on Whatnot. So there it is. I think that's pretty much the housekeeping right there, so we can get down to business. And this monkey right here, he means business. So let's get down to it. Last week we covered a lot of Mattel stuff. Well, even after I filmed the toy news, the Mattel stuff kept on coming. Got a few updates here from the most frustrating toy line Mattel makes. Yes, I said it, the most frustrating one. And even the Saved by the Bell kids, they had an opinion.
Dumb.
Stupid.
crazy.
I think maybe we'll all agree with the Saved by the Bell kids this time. I think we're all in agreement here. It is the WWE Superstars Walmart exclusive line. The hardest line to ever collect. It seems like Hulk Hogan, Doink, and Andre are finally starting to hit retail in a regular basis. But man, where's that Kane Ali British Bulldog? We haven't seen that. A few stores have seen it. I did get a Kane via eBay at a good price, so I did unbox that a while ago. But man, let's get this over. Let's get these figures found. We'll see what happens. But the next ones are coming. It is Kurt Angle. It is the Big Boss Man. And it is Tatanka. We finally did see on-package, on-card images of these. All three look great. Kurt Angle, really cool. It's a 2-in-1 figure, so you can take the singlet on or off, have two different looks. So to me, probably need to get two loose ones of that one. Same thing with Big Boss Man. I guess you could do the same thing as well. But a very, very good set. Of course, these sets coming in threes going forward. But looks good. I just hope we can find them on a regular basis. Nothing worse than seeing these pictures now, and then they finally hit stores in like December or something. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening there. We also saw a main event 3-pack. I'm not sure if this is going to be like a Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's exclusive. Would love it to be Costco since I have a Costco membership. Don't have Sam's Club. But I guess I wouldn't buy this anyways, though. Don't tell Mattel, but I wouldn't be buying this. But you got Seth, you got Becky, you got Damian Priest. It's for the children. It's for the kids. But if you're collecting these main event ones, you know there is a pack coming. Could be an international pack, too, for all we know. But it is coming. So if you're after it, look on the lookout for it. Wreckin' Raw Brawl. I got to think this one going to Kohl's, it sounds like. We see a lot of this stuff at Kohl's. Makes a lot of sense. You know, people doing their Christmas holiday shopping. They see a little toy section. Oh, I get 2 figures, a ring, and a forklift, and some other accessories. It's a great starter kit for a little kid. That's what that's about. I know when I was 6, 7 years old, I would have loved to have something like that. Oh my gosh, I got a ring, I got 2 wrestlers, and that's the key, getting 2 wrestlers, and then I got a few other accessories with it. Man, it's a party in a box is what it is, and it's great for like birthday parties, things like that. So Kohl's, that'll be the place to get that. Always cool, makes sense. You need those out on a regular basis. Don't have any problems with that. But we're not done. We turn our attention to the retro portion of the week here, and we got the retro KWK line. Got to give a shout out to KWK. Got my Mantar figures in this week. We unboxed it, or I guess we reviewed the sample one a while back on the channel. Very awesome. I'm happy to get 2 regular ones as well. Just very, very cool looking figures. We'll unbox both of those together on the channel. Stay tuned to that. You'll see a little bit of it in weekly purchases tomorrow. But the Mantar looking really good, and it looks like PN News right around the corner, shipping as well. Gotta say, you know, they're not going to be for everybody. All these lines aren't for everybody, but these are really, really good figures. I really like that Minotaur. Yes, I'm a sucker for a hairy bipedal creature. I say it all the time, but it really did blow away my expectations. That's just one man's opinion. Check them out right there. There's a few Minotaur left to buy. Not many left, though. So if you snooze, you lose. Then you're dealing with eBay prices, as we always do say. But PN News right around the corner. But KWK did announce this week Great Sasuke, one of my all-time favorites, back in the old days of my Japanese tape trading days, and then, of course, his time in ECW and even a little bit in WWF back in the day. So Great Sasuke is one that crosses over to a pretty much wider audience than some of the other characters that happen from time to time, especially from Japan. Here for that. And then a really cool thing, you know, KWK brand is showing the highs and lows of being in a toy line. You know, it's not always a bed of roses like young Bon Jovi. And get Bon Jovi off here. I should wash my mouth out with soap just for mentioning his name. But Comic Kid, not approved. He showed a picture. He said, I didn't like this, talking to the factory. You gotta appreciate the honesty on that kind of stuff. So he doesn't have to share that kind of stuff. The KWK brand doesn't have to share that kind of stuff. But they are, and they're giving us everybody a peek under the tent, which is pretty cool for those of us that follow figures and the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys. You get the point from there. So we do have all that kind of stuff going on, but we're not done with retro news this week. We did see carded images of Jack Tunney, of course, from Heels and Faces, Zombie Sailor. A few of those sold at WrestleCon, apparently. I didn't get one. I wasn't there. So, but they are going to be up for pre-order here shortly. So be on the lookout for Jack Tunney. We've always wanted a Jack Tunney figure. I know I did when I was a kid. Maybe that's weird, but it was always cool. You always felt like, oh, there's the President of the United States, and then there's Jack Tunney. They're basically the same line, at least for little Kyle they were. And actually, Jack Tunney was probably a little bit ahead of the president. Whoever it was when I was a kid, George Bush, Clinton, whatever it might have been, Jack Tunney's on another level, no doubt there. That's around the corner. But then the big news from the Heels and Faces line this week, we did see, of course, Public Enemy, Flyboy, Rocco Rock, Johnny Grunge. Put them in your WCW, put them in your ECW, put them in your WWE, wherever you want them to be. Probably not WWE, but maybe. Put them in there, but very cool. I'm here for a tag team. Always a sucker for a tag team. Love ECW especially, so this will be a great one. Not sure when we're going to see them up for pre-order or even for sale, but we did get some teaser images this week from Old Zombie Sailor, so be on the lookout for those. But we're not done with these retro companies. We're moving our attention over to Grapplers and Gimmicks, and of course, Old Hassle Toy over there. We saw Kurt Fuller, a little bit more images, and I've really warmed up. I went from not being interested to really warmed up where it's a must-have for me because I want to put him with Zeus and Hulk Hogan. That makes sense to me. I think that is pretty cool. Apparently, there's going to be a retro version of him as well. Not sure about that one. I guess we'll see what it looks like. And maybe a Ghostbusters version as well to put with your Ghostbuster figures. Very smart on the Grapplers and Gimmicks toy line to get the most out of their contract with Kurt Fuller. Might as well get what you can. I'm here for that. I understand that. I'm not sure, though, is that Kurt Fuller? Does he have a bend at the knee? I don't know. I don't know if he really needs one necessarily, but it would be nice to have. But that was the only thing I noticed. But it is a good suited figure. It could be just an announcer in your fig fed. There is other uses for this one just besides it being the guy from No Holds Barred. But once again, choose your own action figure adventure, as we always do say here on the channel. But now we got, of course, as Jerry Reed always says, we've got a long way to go and a short time. Something we've never seen, and technically we haven't still seen it, is AEW U2s. Kind of looking like a Funko type thing. That's the only thing I could really compare it to. I guess we'll get the official announcement of what these are, the full images and stuff, but they've been promoted on social medias this week as coming very soon. Not going to be for me, there's no way, but might interest some of you Funko fans or AEW fans. Not exactly sure there. We also saw, speaking of AEW, our friends at Ring Side Collectibles use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Jericho Hausen, we knew this one was coming, but we got some pretty promotional images here. Perfect exclusive, if you ask me. Not for everybody. You don't like it, move on. Of course, being an exclusive, that means less made. It is a little bit gimmicky, but man, I'm here for it. I'll display it with one of my Danhausen figures. I think stuff like this is very cool, and it's to each their own. Once again, choose your own action figure adventure. But I do think this looks good. You know me, I'm a sucker for a cape. Sucker for a cape. Speaking of being a sucker, how about FTC? Remember those toys? Kind of the Jakks Deluxe Aggression mashed with the Jakks Ruthless Aggression. I love that era of figures. I just don't love them right now. And the concept sounds okay, but the actual figures... yeah, it does leave a lot to be desired. I was going to say a lot. And I've had a lot of staining issues with a lot of those figures as well over the years. But we did see this week, finally, some Midnight Express figures. They've had a lot of these exclusive box sets with books and autographs and stuff. They're really pricing out a lot of people that want them. Well, now you can get old Loverboy Dennis Condrey. You can get old Bobby Eaton, the beautiful one, of course, and the sweetest one, Stan Lane. All three of those going to be sold individually via FTC. It sounds like they're for sale right now. We did hear FTC a year ago, what is time? They said they were going to elite style figures. Not sure when that exactly is going to happen. They threw that referee out there. They just left him off to float on his own. We'll see when the rest come in actual elite, more elite style figures. But these ones, probably a pass for a lot of people. But there are Midnight Express fans. Maybe you missed the classic superstars. Maybe you missed these expensive box sets. Maybe this is for you. You guys let me know in the comments if you're picking up the old Midnight Express. It is what it is, I guess what it is. I don't think I'm picking them up, though, at least right now. We'll see. But now we turn our attention to some things outside of wrestling, and our old friend at Mondo, shout out to Mondo, saw Peter from Mondo at C2E2 a couple of weeks ago, so shout out to the Mondo team over there. Actually got a new Mondo figure through the mail this week, so you see that in weekly purchases. But this week, the timed edition, you got about 4 or 5 days, depending when you're watching this, to get your order in, and it's an expensive one. $400 for the Sky Sled. Man, oh man, that is a price point that I do not like. That's what I'm saying. $300 is where I would like this to be. It is a vehicle, so I could see saying, hey, let's have it a little bit more expensive than a normal figure. But man, 100 plus more, that's a lot of money for this. And I could see people easily justifying saying, I'm just collecting the figures, not these vehicles. I understand that. And of course, as far as vehicles go, this is a small vehicle. It does look cool. It's got blast effects. It's got some stuff that's removable. You got 2 extra heads. You got a He-Man and Prince Adam kind of windswept hair head. So there is some added value there. But I would almost be like, hey, let's leave some of that stuff out to get that cost down a little bit more, because $400 is pretty expensive. You're headed into summertime, of course. A lot of people going on vacations, things like that. I don't know. I'll probably end up picking it up. I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep. That's what I'm in. But man, that's a lot of money to ask right there for that kind of thing. So be interested to hear your guys' thoughts. And obviously, if you're not collecting Mondo, you're going to say, man, that's too expensive. But if you're in the weeds with the Mondo stuff, are you going to take the plunge at $400? And where does it go from here? Are they going to repaint this Sky Sled, make some changes to it, and re-release it again? Ooh, another $400? I don't know if I'd be signed up for that one. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But being $400, there might be a lot of people that don't jump in on this. It could be a rare boy. So if you guys are investing for value, which I don't always recommend, it very well could be one of those in the future. So we'll just have to stay tuned. But if you want it, you got to get after it right now, because it is a timed exclusive. We know how that one goes as well. But now we turn our attention over to a little bit of Marvel news this week. Very interesting with Marvel is we did see Venom. Venom, a retro carded Spider-Man Walmart exclusive. Looks pretty awesome as far as things are concerned. We've had a lot of Venoms, but Venom, a tippy-top guy, and people want him out on a regular basis, so we're getting another chance at that in the future. And then late breaking on Friday, we did see Carnage from the movie line. Man, oh man, more details to come on this one, but this looks pretty awesome as far as the movie Carnage goes. Definitely a day one buy for me. Can't miss out on that one. Very, very cool looking figure. No doubt about it. Can't wait to hear all the details on this. It's in that new style packaging as well we've been seeing with some of these new Marvel figures. So there's a little bit of a Marvel Legend update. Valaverse, we don't talk a ton of Valaverse. I enjoy what Valaverse does. I like them, kind of background guys in my Joe collection, but they have a lot of repaints and a lot of kind of, how many Condors do I need? It's just tough, and you got only so much finances to go around, but I'm definitely dabbling. I'm buying them as they come, and this one I am definitely going to buy. They did announce their 100th figure. It seems crazy to think they're already at 100 figures, but it is the Bone Collector. He's been released before, so I can see some people saying, I don't need this one, but a little bit different on this, and I believe a bloody version to come. I'll be picking this one up. Is like I said, I dabble in the Valaverse. I pick them up. We review them on the channel. I enjoy the figures for what they are. I know there's a lot of G.I. Joe Classified fans that feud with the Valaverse. To me, I'm stepping aside. I'm like, I just want good figures. I'm not part of the drama or any kind of thing like that. There's room in my collection for both lines. So there you go right there with the little Valaverse action this week. And then NECA coming in hot. They're announcing a lot of different monster toy lines, horror type stuff. Last Friday, they announced Chucky from his new TV show, and I've seen every episode of that TV show. Oh man, I'm complete. But my daughter Emma, of course, being a big Chucky fan as well. And it is Chucky from the TV show, but he's got a little Christmas sweater on. Christmas Chucky? Who can turn that one down? So I'll be picking that one up for Emma, and she'll be able to display that in her room for the holidays. She just displayed the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. We just unboxed those on the channel. Check out that review if you did miss that. But those guys are pretty fun, of course, and my daughter loves the Killer Clowns. So she'll have that Chucky there. And then we did see they're finally releasing Krampus. It feels like 2 years ago we saw this for the first time. So another one coming out probably around the holidays. I always love these holiday figures because it gives me something to unbox around the holidays. Say, oh, holiday special episode. Let's unbox these ones here. But it looks pretty cool as far as things go. So you got NECA Krampus and NECA Chucky, both holiday themed. We're here for that all day long and twice on Sunday. And before I forget, don't forget May 15th, $70 Mattel Creations. You got that latest and greatest 4-pack with Gorilla Monsoon, Muhammad Ali, Harley Race, and Superstar Billy Graham. If you're looking for that one, Mattel Creations exclusive. Next week, it'll be interesting. Will that ship immediately? I hope it does. I'm getting used to that kind of rigmarole over there. But I'm very excited about that, and that $70 price point is pretty awesome as well. So if you're looking for that, mark your calendars, May 15th for that 4-pack from Mattel Creations. And now we're going to finish it off with old friend Todd McFarlane on the couch today. Todd, I've been ripping and rolling, running through all this. Haven't even talked to you. How are you doing? Oh, he's doing pretty good. He's actually clipping his toenails. Todd, can't we do that somewhere else? But the creepier thing is, good friend of the channel, Mark Summers, also here once again. If you've been watching Kyle Peterson 2.0 unboxings, a lot of Mark Summers, a lot of Todd McFarlane, a lot of talk about my guest appearance on That's My Dog, the TV show on the Family Channel back in the day. No shout out to that. Where's all my payments from that? Come on, That's My Dog. Where's the reruns? That's what I want to know. But Mark Summers is just like sitting here like this on the edge of the couch, just staring at Todd's feet, watching him clip his toenails. Man, I know, Todd, I got to get around to it. I got to unbox that Todd McFarlane figure. I got to get that done. I'm going to work on that this weekend, try to get that unboxed. Look for that on the channel, even sooner on Patreon. But good to see you two boys getting along. And Mark, don't eat those toenails. Don't do that. I wouldn't do that. But shout out to Mark Summers. Shout out to Todd McFarlane on the couch. But we got to get down to some business with Todd McFarlane this week. Todd coming at us hot. Last week we announced the Nightfall Bane and, of course, Nightfall Batman 2-pack. Well, Friday this week, yesterday if you're watching this on Saturday, went up for pre-order. So, man, jump in on that one. Sold out on a lot of places right away. I got mine off your toy store, McFarlane Toys. I saved $1. I did the math. I checked the big bads and all that kind of stuff. I saved $1 by going to your toy store there, Todd. So shout out Todd McFarlane at McFarlaneToys.com. Let's get a discount code Kyle over there, huh? How about that? But I did order that one. Tim Drake Robin, I forgot about. He sold out pretty much everywhere. I'll pick him up. Not too concerned about that one. But both those did go up for pre-order on Friday. Shipping right away, which I always love, Todd. I love that you just get them out right away. It's not like, hey, we're going to show them in 8 months from now. It's coming. It's like a month, 2 months at best. So, man, I'm here for that. And a lot of McFarlane unboxings on the channel last week. If you saw weekly purchases, tons of McFarlane figures. Got a ton more to get to this week as well. Check out Kyle Peterson 2.0 for a lot of McFarlane toy videos, of course. But Todd wasn't done this week. He was going all in on Batman 66. And Todd, we're kindred spirits. We both love our Adam West Batman. When I was a little kid, that was in reruns, and I would watch it. Always enjoyed it. Todd watched it live as it was happening, with his shoes off, just dangling his feet, just enjoying everything Batman 66. But this week we saw 70s Nightwing, apparently from the comic book. Man, how about those bell bottoms on him? Bookworm, a most requested one from the movie, of course, or the TV show, you know what I mean. Alfred, you got to have Alfred in the mix. So we got Alfred coming. And then we got Batman in like his deep scuba outfit. Man, zany stuff. And even zanier, we got Robin looking like Randy Marsh from South Park in that one episode. Is what he looks like. I don't know what he got into here, but looking real rough on Robin. So there'll be a lot of jokes with that one, I'm sure. Looks like Todd Mark on the couch on a weekend. Oh, watch out. Watch out. But Batman 66 coming, but not done there. Getting the most out of your molds. Todd's doing it. And that's how he saves all his clippings from his toes, I think. He gets the most out of those as well. He recycles them and puts them into, of course, Cambodian cannibal tape, as we know. He sends them all to Cambodia. They put it with some of the bones and stuff, and they make his tape for McFarlane Toys. It's a wild time. Explain it on 2.0 all the time. But we did see, of course, the Joker mobile with the Joker. Man, oh man, is that a get the most out of your molds if there ever was one? That went up for pre-sale this week as well, so check that out if you want. And then we saw, once again, I'm not a part of these, and I don't know who buys these. Is there somebody? I think I asked before. I don't think anybody came back with an answer. But it's these sketch editions. We got Hush Batman sketch edition. It's amazing how you get the most out of your molds here. You get the glow-in-the-dark. You get the regular release. You get the platinum. You get the sketch editions. You get the black and white variants. You get bloody. I mean, you get every kind of different variant. He gets the most out of all these guys. But if you're into those sketch editions, you got another one to pick up in the Hush Batman. Very interesting right there. But he wasn't done with getting the most out of his molds. He went to the Kenner Superpowers line, Amazon exclusive 3-pack this week. The Whirlybird, the Batwing, and Batman, all in kind of the Batman 89 color scheme. Of course, they were in the classic blue and gray colors before. Now they're repainted in this. Pick your own adventure, choose your own adventure, I should say, on those. Just absolutely crazy. It is an Amazon exclusive 3-pack, though, for those keeping track at home. And that's it, Todd, that's it. That is all the news this week. But we're not done. We got the album of the week. And before I dive into the album of the week, don't forget Super 7 Lemmy tomorrow, Sunday, Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers out there. Shout out to my wife, Angie. How dare I forget her as well. A good friend of the channel, we'll call her right there. But the Lemmy Super 7 Ultimate Edition does, of course, come to an end. So if you want to pre-order that, get after it. I'm here for all the music releases. That Lemmy, an all-timer last time, this one should follow suit as well. But album of the week this week, not going to be Night Demon. That was last week. Shout out to Night Demon once again. But we do got Accept with Accept's new album, Humanoid. And I really listed that a couple of weeks ago. Listen to it again because this week they announced Accept and KK's Priest, of course, KK Downing, joining forces this fall for a tour. Almost like two cover bands in a way. But it is Accept and KK's Priest joining forces for a tour. I'm going to try to see that one in the Quad Cities in September. We'll see what happens there. But I always enjoyed Accept. I enjoy it with Udo the most, but Mark Tornillo, no slouch either. Enjoy his stuff as well. Very, very good album here, Humanoid. However, the artwork, very European metal is what it feels like to me. I just don't like those computer-generated images as art covers. They rarely work for me, and they just kind of get lost in the mix. But we do got one of those, very Udo-like in his solo career albums as well. but really not the best album cover. And some okay songs. There's some ups and downs. You definitely got your usual except riffs, I should say, not riffs, but maybe some riffs as well, as they did do a few songs, like a song about Jack Daniels. That was an interesting one. So some different stuff, but definitely not as iconic as Blood of the Nations, of course, or going back to the Fast of the Shark Day, Metal Heart Days, things like that. It's cool to get some new Accept stuff, but it's not going to change anybody's life. There's no way around it, but it is worth a listen. If you're an Accept fan, if you're a Mark Tanillo fan, if you're any kind of fan of heavy metal, it might be worth a check out for you. Like I said, not the best, but worth a listen at least once, and definitely worth seeing them on tour with KK's Priest this fall. So there it is, the old album of the week. So there it is, the toy news of the week. What excited you this week? Anything you got to have? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel and the other YouTube channel, as I always do say. We got videos every single day, and then some. And, of course, Patreon for early access to all the videos. Giveaway, the Roddy Piper we talked about. A lot going on over there. Don't forget Whatnot. Go in there right now. Bookmark it. That way it'll remind you when the show goes up. You can talk to me, my wife Angie a little bit, maybe my dad for a long time. We'll see how long we can get him to stay, but it should be a good stream. Giveaways, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. A week from today, May 18th, 3 o'clock Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. You guys know how to get there. Pro Wrestling Tees, check it out. Turtle Anxiety shirt over there. A lot of other shirts. Appreciate all the support on the shirts this week for sure. And then, of course, you can hit me up at SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. Don't forget the book, the Jakks Class Superstars Complete Guide, hardcover and softcover, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. Check them out, support the book. And then once again, shout out to all the moms out there. Shout out to my wife, Angie. And that's it. That is the toy news of the week. And then, of course, until next time, you know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into a Mother's Day weekend.